Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Brad.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2023 Honda Accord.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
The Honda Accord. It's one of those vehicles that isn't redesigned very often, but when it is, it's always exciting. The 11th generation 2023 is no exception to Honda's rule. From its simple yet elegant grille to an almost pinstripe-like character line, carving its way to the rear, where it isn't simple or elegant, it's just cool. But with a vehicle as nice as this, it's easy to forget that the sedan itself is dying. But Honda has been able to make its mid-size people mover successful, as it can do something nobody else can do, bridging the gap between the young millennial and the businessman. And this is what makes the Accord so special, because even though it's a mid-size sedan, the millennial can still enjoy the tech and the looks of the car, where the businessman can enjoy the quiet, comfortable ride, while he says businessman things like circle back, touch base, and bandwidth. The Accord brings these two groups of people together, but is it enough to keep the sedan business as usual, or is it still dying?
So let's start with millennials. Now, by definition, they're a large group of people who, statistically speaking, have no interest in watching our channel. That aside, they value experiences and personalization. They love companies that are aware of the environment, and they value flexible communication.
So if the Accord was somewhere on a dartboard, it would claim the spot of the bullseye, because Honda has checked everything off this millennial list.
The Accord offers millennials 3 trim levels: the EX, the Sport Hybrid, and the Touring Hybrid. Now, of course, this allows millennials some personalization and some choice between their drivetrain and the engine they desire. The EX comes with Honda's 1.5 turbocharged engine, whereas both hybrids come with a 2-liter that has an additional 2 electric motors. Inside the car, your personalization continues. You could spend all day fiddling with how you want your locks or your lights, and the driver display screen can be modified exactly how you want it. To check off another box, Honda offers new forms of communication with a service called Google Automotive Services, available on the Touring trim level. And essentially, it allows you to operate your car much as the same way you would operate your phone, allowing you to navigate yourself to places and check on things like the weather.
Hey, you're in my seat. You're in my seat. Brad, and where did you get that phone? Are you spending our money? Now, another form of communication that Honda offers their millennial drivers on the Accord is their new and improved Honda Link system. It's a 1-year complimentary subscription that's on your phone, and it's going to allow you to remote start your car from your phone. It's going to give you speed alerts, and of course, if you don't remember where you parked, it has a find your car option.
Now, I really wanted to test this, so I hid the Accord on Jared, and now I'm giving him the task to see if he can find it with this app.
Brad, that's actually a great idea. I got the app right here. I'm going to look it up and see if I can find it. Is that it right there?
Oh man, how'd you find it so fast?
Well, the good news is if you can't find it on your own as quickly as I did, you can always use your app. And if your 1-year service is up, you can always subscribe for $129 per year.
That's another thing millennials love: subscription services.
Well, the Accord seems to be fine and well for the millennial. But what about the businessman?
Well, Jared, statistically speaking, the businessman also doesn't watch our channel. That aside, the businessman loves space and comfort, and like their customers, they like a good deal. The businessman can rest assured that the new Accord acts as a noble steed when making the trek to your very important business lunch. For starters, it offers a good amount of available features like remote start, LED headlights, turn signals, and daytime running lights, paired with Honda's auto high beam system, blind spot detection, and comes standard with every Honda sensing technology but low speed braking.
Now, if you're a businessman and you're watching this review, you're probably still not convinced that the Accord is for you. Well, that's because we haven't shown you how a briefcase fits in the trunk, and that's about to change. When I open the trunk, I'm greeted with 473 liters of space. That's 54 liters more than the Honda Civic, and that gives you plenty of room for your briefcase, a packed lunch, and of course, all the props you'll be using in your next pyramid scheme meeting.
But here's an interesting feature we haven't talked about for the business people among us. Let's say you're headed off to your next meeting, you load your briefcase in the trunk, but oops, you forgot your keys in the briefcase. The thing with the Accord is it's impossible to lock your keys into the trunk because of this feature.
Businessman approved.
Now, Jared, listen, I'm thinking of having a few people over tonight. I just want to go over some business opportunities with some people. You want to come?
Brad, I just made fun of pyramid schemes.
No, it's not. No, it's not a pyramid scheme, okay?
Well, what do you got?
Have you heard of Amway?
Brad.
Listen.
No,
Okay,
no.
listen. What about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, no, Brad, I'm already deep in selling encyclopedias. You know that.
Ooh, that sounds interesting, actually.
Lastly, if you're a traveling businessman, the Accord has you in mind as well, with their body stabilizing seats. Honda says these are to prevent fatigue on those long trips, with their comfort and the way they form fit to your body. But not only that, while you're driving, if you pair that with your acoustic windscreen and the available active noise cancellation that Honda offers, you are in for one smooth and quiet ride. Well, that is until Brad shows up.
That's right, Jared. Wait, that's not right. But listen, whether you're a vape-smoking millennial or a lunch-eating businessman, probably high on your priority list is fuel economy. The Accord offers a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine on the entry-level EX model that produces 192 horsepower. But if you go with the hybrid, sport, or touring, you will love the new 2.0-liter hybrid engine that squeezes a bowel-bursting 247 combined horsepower. What does this mean for fuel economy? Well, the EX offers 7.3 liters combined, but if you move to the hybrid models, it emasculates that number with 5.3 liters combined.
Now, to put this into context, the Honda Civic offers you 6.9 liters and 7.1 liters combined, depending on the model you go with. These are very impressive numbers.
Fit for both the millennial and the businessman. Yeah, what about seniors?
I don't know any seniors, Brad, but apparently they love our channel.
Huh. Well, let's take this for a drive,
You
shall
bet.
we?
Well, Brad, we're sitting in the 23 Honda Accord, brand new redesign. What are your thoughts?
I gotta say, this reminds me a lot of my first car. And being back in something that looks kind of cool. I just think this is a great car for the millennial. The person in their 20s, their first car, great mileage, speeding around, and something that looks pretty good. And the businessmen selling encyclopedias, of course, you're putting in the miles, this is great.
This
so
is a
big
good car.
fan of that.
Yeah, I do like it. And you know, you can knock it in the sense that it's a Honda Civic interior. It looks very similar to that. It looks very similar to a lot of Honda's interiors now, which kind of takes away from the excitement factor, but it's a good looking interior. Take it from a Civic because it's good on the Civic. It looks good on the Accord. I have a nice, good size screen here, which is standard. It's a nice car. The screen here, it's a bit underwhelming. You can get the larger screen upgraded on the other trim levels, but still, I mean, it's a comfortable car. It looks good, plenty of space, and a very soft armrest. I do like that. Yeah.
You're right. And enough for both of us.
This is
There.
plenty of
Look at
room.
that.
You know what would make this even better?
What?
If they had the cup holders at the end, like at the
Right
movie
there,
theater.
Agreed.
Oh, that would be good. Instead, I got to
Right.
reach all the way up here.
Yep. Now, the thing that floors me most is the fuel economy. I'm not sure I've seen numbers that low.
Those are good numbers.
Great numbers.
And not only that, but for the businessman and the millennial trying to save on fuel, you also have your econ mode. Honda's had this since I think 2012 on the Civic.
Right.
And what Honda says, it's going to reduce your RPMs, and your heat and your AC are not going to be as hot or as cold. But that's going to boost your fuel economy by 4 to 6%.
That's
Depends on how you drive, and the car also coaches you on how to drive. When it's green, you're driving fuel efficiently. When it's not, when it's white, you're not. So it really is trying to guide you to maximize those fuel numbers.
And this, I mean, I think this is where we hit the bullseye ourselves. It is the millennial gas conscience, or the
Did you say gas conscience?
conscious.
Conscious?
Yeah.
That's one, Brad.
Or-
2 more and you're out of
Or the businessman. Imagine going up and down the 401, all the time. This is what you want to be in.
It's a comfortable car, and it's quiet, and it's hard to show that over a camera, but it really is.
Yeah.
These seats that we spoke about, they are comfortable.
Great.
It's a wide stance. It's a man. Everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see myself driving one of these.
Yes. Look at this rolling lush.
This, I feel like we're
yes
on the NC 500 in northern Scotland.
Yeah.
Heading through John O'Groats, ready to take the ferry across the North Sea, over to the Orkney Islands.
Is this a poem or are you just talking?
I'm just talking, but could that be a poem?
What? It felt like you were going into poem mode there.
I was painting a picture.
Well, it was very vivid in my mind.
Do you feel like you're there? In the Accord?
Almost in the Accord, yes. Now, Jared, the price, like everything, things are going up these days.
Right there,
so,
yeah.
okay,
yeah.
we've got a bit of a jump in the price. So the price to get in one of these starting at $38,963, so 39, almost 40,
Yep.
all the way up to 46,463. Now, that's a bit of a jump compared to last year. You could get one in starting at 33,920, 42,820 is where it topped out. So, a bit more expensive these days.
Certainly a big jump. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Toyota Camry starts at 33, something like that.
Okay, yes.
I think it's less, but you got to remember there's only 3 trim models of the Accord. There's more in the States, so they have more entry levels. This is not an entry level car.
Right.
Honda says it is, but it's not. I have my moonroof. I have a whole bunch of stuff in this car that screams mid-model, but that's why it's a little more expensive. They don't give you that option, where a Camry will give you, hubcaps, no roof. They'll give you a turnkey, no push-button start, all that stuff. So I understand why you're getting a cheaper car.
Do you think that rules out some millennials? You think that's in the Corolla, the Civic neighborhood?
You know what? I think it could. But I think with the price of this and the price of the Civic, I think a Civic shopper would be remiss if they didn't just say, let me go look at an Accord as well.
Just
if you want to spend a little more money, have a little bit more space. I think Civic shoppers and Accord shoppers, maybe you don't need the space. Maybe go look at a Civic as well. But I think you could unite the two.
Okay.
Now, Brad, we already joked about earlier on in the review about the businessman lingo and how there's these crutch words that they love to use. And I can't think of any more. I don't know.
Well, you've got, I can think of a few.
Okay, what do you got?
Linchpin.
Ooh, linchpin.
You're a linchpin here.
Okay.
What is a linchpin?
I don't know. And I'll bet you, the people that are using the word linchpin, they have no idea what a linchpin is.
They just know you're one. You're a linchpin.
Is it? I thought a linchpin was more of a you linchpin. You're connecting 2 chains.
Oh, maybe you're a connector. You bring us together.
I think you want to be a linchpin.
You definitely want to be a linchpin.
Okay, so you want a linchpin. You want to be. What's another one?
Okay, now here I don't think you do want to hear this. Streamline. Hey, I think we need to streamline things here.
Streamline the whole operation.
That's right. That's code from your boss. I don't like what you've come up with here. Let's.
And I can't think of anything creative to say against it, so I'm going to use streamline.
Streamline.
Okay.
But I don't know how much business thing there is, but let's touch base.
Touch base. Yeah, touch base. A lot of touching going on.
That's not a bad idea. I'll tell you what. Let's touch base next week.
You know what that means?
What?
I don't like it, but I can't tell you I don't like it.
So let's buy myself some time.
Yeah, let's touch base later on, when I hope you forget about it and never bring it up again.
Now is that a baseball metaphor? Like, I'm on first. Your idea is first base, but I really plan on leaving and heading to second. Between pitches, I got to come back and touch the base.
Are you looking at the origins of touch base?
I would like to know.
That is very.
It's got to be baseball.
Well, let's challenge our viewers.
Yes.
If you can think of any more businessman jargon or buzzwords that businessmen say, and if anyone can find the origins of touch base
or linchpin,
origins of touch base. Or whatever linchpin means.
Yes, what is a linchpin? It must mean something.
Well, the gauntlet has been set to our viewers.
But I'll tell you what, I consider you a linchpin of hood slappers.
I am a linchpin.
And quite frankly, it's time, though, as a linchpin, for you to streamline things, and we'll touch base later about it.
Okay, well, that sounds good. I like that. See how easy that is? That's pretty good.
All right. Maybe I should have been a businessman.
No,
it wouldn't work.
You got the jargon down, but that only takes it so far.
Yeah, then you got your employees laughing behind your back. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
And then they're trying to find out what a linchpin is, taking their whole day away from them, not accomplishing anything. Well, in a world that seems divided over almost everything, it's nice to see some unity, how the Accord brings together the millennial and the businessman.
Who both don't watch our channel, apparently, another form of unity.
Now the Accord, although isn't as popular as the Civic, for anyone who's owned one of these, they adore and love the vehicle. I, for one, have owned two. And I can honestly say that when you pair this with an open road, the Accord creates something that not many sedans can do. And I can appreciate that, as I see it bringing the sedan segment back into the game. So with that, I give the all-new 2023 Honda Accord my hood slap of approval.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.
A big thanks to our friends at Cambridge Center Honda for allowing us to use this 2023 Honda Accord. If you're in the market for this or a hybrid, you can reach them at 227 Hespeler Road in Cambridge, Ontario.